Hi everyone, it's Dora here. Welcome to Friday Yoga. As always, I recommend 2 yoga blocks, maybe a strap. We may not get around to using it, but if you have a strap, feel free to bring it with you. And also, we will have certain poses where we'll be on our knees today. So if you have sensitive knees, I recommend bringing a folded blanket or maybe a cushion that you can place underneath your knees. That could be helpful. So gather your things. Whenever you're ready, we're going to come to a comfortable position. So you can either find a comfortable seated position or you might come all the way onto your back. We always start with a grounding exercise. So get comfortable. And just give yourself a moment to settle in, giving your mind, your body a moment here to relax. And as you're settling into your most comfortable position, just notice if any parts of the body want to move a little bit more or make any other adjustments that you can be maybe 5 or 10% more comfortable than you are now. So slowly make your way to stillness. And you can have your eyes either open or closed. And just give yourself a moment to tune into yourself. And maybe the first thing that you might notice is your breath. So just give yourself a moment here then, listening to your breath. Breathing in through the nose, and maybe out through the mouth. And then just allowing your breath to settle. Noticing how your breath changes as you begin to notice, observe the breath. And as you begin to settle into a breath that you most associate with relaxation. Noticing how perhaps the feelings and sensations in the body and mind also begin to shift and change as you allow the breath to gradually expand. And observing how the movement of breath affect the movement of sensation and feelings in your body and mind. And allow your senses to open. Begin to become aware of the surfaces that your body is resting on that is providing you support. Noticing the sounds around you, the sounds outside of your body, and also the sounds inside your body. Noting your energy level, noting your mood, any emotions that might be present in this moment, any thoughts that might be floating around in your mind. And without judgment, just notice these movements of sensations and feelings, emotions and thoughts. Allow them to be here without attachment or rejection. And allow them to freely come and freely leave. While you remain grounded, centered, and at peace. And take one last deep breath in. And breathe all the way out. Whenever you're ready, gently open your eyes. Bring your focus back into the room. We're going to slowly come up onto hands and knees, so make your way there. Take your time, especially if you were on your back. And we're actually going to come to a child's pose to begin. So you're going to sink your hips back towards your heels. You can allow the arms to reach out long. And allow the body to relax, and maybe your forehead will come down to the ground. If not, just come to where it's comfortable. And take one deep breath here. And then slowly walk your hands towards your knees. Now, if you're comfortable, you can remain sitting on your heels, but otherwise you can come up onto your knees. Maybe hands are on your hips, or if you're on your heels, maybe hands are on top of your thighs. From here, we're going to just gently roll the shoulders back and down and lift the chest forward and up. You can keep looking straight ahead, or if it feels good, you might look up. Just a gentle back bend. And then sending the hips back, sweep the arms forward, come on back to child's pose. Again, take a breath in. Let the breath go. And again, slowly walking your hands towards your knees. And again, you can stay on your heels, or you might come up onto the knees. And I'll just demonstrate this option here. When you're ready, again, gentle back bend, open the chest, maybe looking up. And then bring the belly back to center, sweep the arms forward, come on back to child's pose. So we're going to do just a few more of these, and feel free to move at your own pace here. So slowly walking your hands towards the knees, either sitting onto your heels or maybe coming up onto the knees, see what feels best. Maybe hands on hips, open the chest, maybe looking up, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. And then coming out of the back bend, send the hips back, arms forward, child's pose. And take a breath or two here. And then again, coming back up, either on your heels or on your knees, open the chest, shoulders down, maybe looking up. Coming back to center, sweep the arms forward, child's pose. So we're going to do one more. When you're ready, hands towards your knees, either on heels or on top of the knees, little back bend. Then slowly coming back, arms forward, child's pose. Take a breath here. And then look towards your hands. Hands are roughly shoulder width apart. We're going to come on up to hands and knees. You're going to shift forward until your shoulders are over the wrists and hips. The knees are slightly behind the hips. So you're in your low plank position. From here, we're going to come all the way down onto the belly. You can either keep your hands where they are, or you might bring your hands underneath the shoulders. Press the tops of the feet down, pull the belly in, and as you inhale, gently lift the chest, and maybe looking forward here. And exhale, lower back down. Come on and press back up onto hands and knees, and send the hips back to child's pose. So we're going to repeat this cycle. So when you're ready, coming back forward into low plank position, Lower down onto the belly. Inhale. You might even stay in baby cobra, so you might not even come all the way up. And then exhale, coming back onto hands and knees to find child's pose. Breathing in and out. When you're ready, coming forward. Lower down. Your version of your cobra here. Shoulders down, chest forward. And then coming back to child's pose. So again, moving at your own pace, coming forward and lower. Inhale, back bend. And exhale, lower down. Come on back to child's pose, take a breath. Now when you're ready, we're going to walk the hands towards the knees again and coming up to sit either on your heels, or again, you might come up onto the knees. So when you're ready, we're gonna reach the left arm up. You can keep your right hand onto the right hip. And as you exhale, we're gonna side body bend to the right and come on back to center, other side. Inhale, other arm up, and exhale, side body. So again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, across. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, across. One more on each side. So if you're sitting on your heels, and you're here, maybe the bottom hand might come down to the ground. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, across. And then coming back to center. All right, now you have two options here. If you're sitting on your heels and you're comfortable here, you can stay here. Otherwise, feel free to come to a cross-legged seated position. If you have your blocks with you, I recommend you bring them along now. But otherwise, if you don't have blocks, that's okay. We can work with the floor. So if you're sitting in a seated position or cross-legged position, you're going to bring your hands or your blocks beside your hips. And if you're on your knees and sitting onto your heels, you're going to have your hands or blocks in line with your knees. All right. So we're just going to do some core exercises here. I'll first demonstrate with cross-legged. So you're going to bring your hands onto either the blocks or onto the floor. You're going to press into, or imagine you're pressing the floor away or the blocks away. And as you do, you're going to lift the hips up, hollow out the belly, round the spine, and gently lower down. So you're going to just continue here at your own pace. So as you press into the blocks, lift the hips, round the belly, like you're doing a little cat pose here, and lower. So if you're on your knees, it's going to look like this. As you press into the blocks or into the floor, hollow out the belly, going to lift the hips up and lower down. So I'll let you find your own pace here. So curl the belly in and up, rounding into the spine. Now, as you get comfortable, you might begin to lift a little bit higher. So if you're in this position on your knees, you might begin to lift the hips and maybe even the knees up off the ground and gently lower down. And if you're in the seated position, again, just come up as far as you can, comfortably, and lower back down. So a few more at your own pace. If you're on your knees, you might even come all the way onto your toes and lower. So you're really lifting the hips, pulling the belly in, rounding the spine, press the ground away, and lower. Now eventually we're going to come up to stand. So I'll demonstrate this with with being on the knees. So if you feel comfortable enough to come all the way onto the toes, you might even roll over the toes. So ground into the hands and lift up. And you might roll over the toes and land on your feet. So you might try that a few times and see how you go. If you are seated or if you're not going to roll over your toes, all you're going to do is come onto hands and knees. So find your best place to come onto hands and knees. So you're going to tuck the toes under And then from here, you're going to start to rock on back onto your feet. You can walk the hands back, slowly lengthen out the legs. And we're all going to meet back in your forward bend. So take your time. Slowly make your way into your forward bend. Your knees can be bent here. See if you can get your belly close to your thighs. And then allow the head and neck to relax here. Inhale, come halfway up. Lengthen along the spine. Fingertips can be on the floor, or on your blocks, or maybe on your legs. See how high you want to come up. And then exhale, lower back down. Let's do one more. Inhale, come halfway. And exhale, lower. This time bend the knees, pull the belly in, slowly round up one vertebra at a time. Come all the way up. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, and exhale, hands to heart. Take a breath here. And then when you feel ready, you're going to make your way up to the top of your mat. All right. If you're working with blocks today, I suggest that you have them at the front or at the top of your mat, one on either side. And from here, we're going to, I'll move my blocks so you can see me, but otherwise you can set your blocks up on either side of the mat. And we're going to start to ground down into your feet, finding the center of your heels, the pinky toe mounts, and the big toe mounts. Grounding down into those points, pick up all the toes, spread them out, and feel the inner and outer arches of the feet lift up. Keep this engagement in the feet as you slowly lower the toes back down. All right. Feel energy from the tops of the legs grounding down into the points of the feet, and then finding the earth 2 feet below. Keep the legs engaged, pull the belly in and lengthen along the spine all the way up and out through the crown of the head. And then relax the shoulders, breathe. Now as you inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, circle the arms down. We're going to bend into the knees, send the hips back, coming to a chair pose. So feel free to keep the arms or reach the arms forward, or you might bring your hands to your heart or hands onto your hips. Keep the belly in, keep lengthening along the spine. Keep the spine nice and long. Now, you can stay right here. Otherwise, you might exhale and bend into the elbows and draw the shoulder blades together. You might even sink a little deeper, coming to cactus arms. And then inhale, reaching the arms away. Again, exhale, sink a little lower, squeeze the shoulder blades, and then inhale, lengthen the arms. Keep the belly strong. Exhale, sink down, squeeze, and inhale, releasing arms up. Exhale, inhale. Let's do one more. Exhale, inhale. On your next exhale, fold down, forward bend. Come halfway up, lengthen the spine. And exhale down. One more. Inhale, come halfway up. And exhale down. Bring your hands to the ground. We're going to step back to plank pose. So shoulders are over the wrists. Belly's engaged. Now pulling up from the belly button. You can bend the knees. Send the hips way back. Can you touch the belly towards your thighs? Now keep that shape of the spine as you start to lower the knees, lower the heels towards the ground and straighten out the knees as best as you can. Take a breath here. And then inhale, shifting forward to plank. You always have the option to lower the knees down here. Otherwise, again, pulling up from the belly button, hips back and up. Again, you can bend the knees, send the hips way back. Keep the shape of the spine before you melt the heels to the ground. One more, rolling forward or shifting forward to plank. Breathe. Bend the knees, send the hips way back. Belly might touch the thighs, and then heels to the ground. Okay. From here, If it feels okay for you to try this out, you might bring your hands a little bit closer together in the center of the mat. You might touch the thumbs together. And send the hips back, lengthen the spine, pull the belly in, breathe. And then look towards your hands. You can take as many steps as you need. We're going to step the feet to the outside of the hands. Feet are slightly turned outward. We're going to lower down, coming to a yogi squat or malasana. Now, if this doesn't feel right, and if you have blocks with you, you can place some blocks underneath your seat. You can sit up here. If you don't have blocks, you can lower yourself all the way down to the ground. Keep the feet open or the legs open, and you can hang out here. Okay, so wherever you are, give yourself a moment to settle in. Lengthen along the spine. And then from here, you can bring option to stay right here, or you're going to bring your right fingertips down to the ground. Your arm, if it's to the inside of that knee, you can try to gently encourage that knee to open. Other hand might be onto your left knee. Lengthen along the spine, and as you exhale, turn your belly button towards the left. And you can hang out here, or you might reach the left arm up to the sky. And then come on back to center, other side. Left fingertips down. Right hand maybe on the right knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twist the belly button towards the right. Maybe staying here, or maybe the right arm up to the sky. And come on back to center, hands to heart. From here, we're going to bring the hands down onto either the floor or onto your blocks. We're going to slowly lean into the hands and pick the hips up. We're going to walk the feet back to roughly hip distance apart, coming to a forward bend here. So relax the head and neck. If it feels good, you might grab hold of the opposite elbows and come to ragdoll. And you might even gently sway the body side to side. Then come on back to center, release the arms down. Again, we're going to bend into the knees, ground the legs, pull the belly in as you slowly roll on up to stand. Come all the way up. Inhale, reach the arms up. And hands to your heart, exhale. Take a breath here. All right, when you're ready, inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, circle the arms back down, forward bend. Come halfway up as you lengthen the spine. And exhale, lower back down. From here, hands either on the floor, or you might bring your blocks here. We're going to step the right foot back, coming to lunge. Give yourself enough room so that you can open the chest and look forward. Front knee is either directly on top of the front ankle, or it can be slightly behind. Right, from here, we're going to lower the back knee down. Can we open the chest and sink down into the hips just a little bit more? And then from here, we're going to pick up the back knee again. Now we're going to step the back foot up, but instead of springing forward, which we normally do, or most of us do, can we come forward a little bit differently? Can we start to shift the weight into the front leg? Can we pull the belly in, such that we can very slowly peel the back foot up off the ground and step it forward? And then we're going to do the other leg. So we're going to send the left leg back to lunge. Open the chest, pull the heart forward, look forward. Press into the back heel. Lower the back knee. Maybe sink a little bit lower if that feels good to do. Keep bringing the chest forward. And then from here, pick the back knee up. Shift the weight forward. Now, if you feel like this is not quite happening for you, you can set the back foot up by an inch or so, or maybe more if needed. Send the weight into the front leg, pull the belly in. Keep coming forward, and then see if the back foot will gently peel up off the ground and step it forward. Again, right leg back. Come to lunge. Heart forward, look forward, back knee down. Open the chest, sink a little deeper, pull the heart forward, breathe. And then lifting the back knee. Again, shifting forward. And then peel the back foot up, step it forward. Left leg back. Open the chest. Lower the back knee. Heart forward, sink into the hips. Coming back to lunge, shifting into the front leg. Peel the back foot up and step it forward. Last time, right leg back. Open the chest. Sink down into the back knee. Now from here, we're going to send energy down into both legs and gently squeeze the inner thighs together. Hug the belly in. Option 1, use your hands to help walk you up the front leg, or you might sweep the arms forward. Keep squeezing those legs to come up. Option 2, untuck the back toes. From here, again, coming back to the cactus arms, we're going to bend the elbows and squeeze the shoulder blades. And as you do, you might sink a little bit deeper into the hips. Inhale, reach the arms up, gently releasing from the hips, and then exhale again. Lower and squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Breathe in and out. Last one. Breathe in and out. Bring your hands down. From here, we're going to keep the right hand down, left arm forward. Sweep the arm up as you turn your belly into the left thigh. You can keep the left arm up, or you might keep sweeping that arm back behind you. Deep breaths here. And then circle that front hand down. From here, we're going to tuck the back toes under and lift the back knee. We're going to remove the blocks now, hands down to the ground, and step back to plank pose. Option to lower the knees. From here, coming to downward facing dog. Take a breath. Inhale forward. We're going to lower the knees, the chest and chin down. And then scooch forward onto the belly, coming to cobra pose. We're going to lower back down. Release the arms back. Inhale, lifting the chest up. And maybe floating the feet up off the ground. And lower back down, hands beside the rib cage. Press on back, maybe onto hands and knees. And then finding your way back to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Look to your hands. You can walk or hop the feet up, coming to your forward bend. Relaxing the head, the neck. Come halfway up, lengthen the spine. And exhale down. Bend the knees, look forward, sweep the arms forward and come all the way up to stand. Hands to heart, exhale. And then inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, forward bend. Come halfway up, lengthen along the spine. And exhale, lower back down. Again, hands might be on the ground, or you might grab your blocks here. And step the left foot back. Coming to lunge, open the chest, lower the back knee, sink into the hips and reach the heart forward. Pick the back knee up. Again, we're going to shift the weight into the front leg. Again, you can always walk the back foot up as much as you need. Keep shifting until you can feel the weight into your front leg and you can peel the back foot up and step it forward. Stepping right foot back. Open the chest. Lower the back knee. Breathe. Pick the back knee up. Make adjustments as you need. And then shift into the front leg. Pull the belly in. Peel the back foot up. Step it forward. Left foot back. Again, lunge here. Open the chest. Lower the knee, the back knee, heart forward. Breathe. Pick the back knee up. Make your adjustment. Shift into the front leg. Peel the back foot up and place it down with control. Right leg back. Breathe here. Open the chest. Back knee down. Heart forward. Sink down. Coming back to lunge. Shift forward. Peel the back foot up and step it forward. Last time, left foot back. Open the chest. Back knee down. Breathe. Ground into both legs. Start to squeeze the inner thighs together. Bellies engage. Option 1, use your hands to walk up or reach the arms forward. Option 2, rise up. Feel free to untuck the back toes. Alrighty, when we're ready, bend into the elbows for cactus arms, and as you do so, you might sink a little deeper into the hips. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale, reach the arms up, lift out of the hips. Again, exhale, squeeze, sink down, and reach up. Inhale. So we're doing this with control. We're not just dropping into the hips. You're finding a balance between flexibility and stability here. So you're not coming as, your maximum range of motion. Rather, you're doing this with control, feeling a sensation that feels right in your body, moving with your breath. And inhale up. All right, let's come down. Exhale. Bring the hands down onto your blocks. Tuck the back toes under, if you like. And then from here, we're going to keep your left hand down, reach the right arm forward, and twist as you exhale. You might come and stay here, or you might continue to reach that top arm back behind you. Deep breaths here. And then slowly untwist. Bring that top hand down. You can remove your blocks. Hand to the ground. We're going to lift the back knee, step the front foot back to plank. Option to lower the knees to the ground. All right. Sending the hips back and up, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. And then inhale, coming forward to plank. When you're ready, we're going to lower the knees, chest, and chin down, and maybe you can get them all to touch down around the same time. And then scooch forward. Press the toenails down as you come up to cobra. And lower back down. Reach the arms back behind you. So keep pressing the toenails down. Bellies engage. Inhale, roll the shoulders back and down. Lift the chest. Keep the legs engaged. You can float the feet up off the ground. Deep breaths here. And release. Press up either onto low plank or full plank. And find your way back to downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Look to your hands. Either walk or hop the feet up. Forward bend. Come halfway up as you lengthen along the spine. And exhale, lower down. Bend into the knees, look forward, sweep the arms forward, press all the way up to stand. Hands to your heart, take a breath here. All right, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Come halfway as you lengthen the spine. And exhale down. From here, keep the hands to the ground. We're going to step the right foot back and the left foot back into your plank pose. Option to lower the knees. Pull the belly in. And then from here, pulling up from the belly button, send the hips back and up, downward facing dog. We're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. Keep lengthening along the spine. Feel energy from the tops of the arms down into the hands, into the earth. And just like the tops of the legs are sending energy down into the points of the feet and into the earth. Okay, from here, we're going to reach the right leg up to three-legged dog. And then you're going to draw the knee to the opposite elbow, so shift forward to plank. And we're going to send it back. Now, if this is too much, come to tabletop position. So come to hands and knees and do this. And again, knee to opposite elbow. Send it back, three-legged dog. Again, knee to opposite elbow and back. This time, knee to the same side elbow or tricep and back. Again, knee to the same side arm and back. One more here, shift forward to plank, knee to tricep and back. This time, knee to chest, make room for the legs, squeeze the hips up, and maybe you can step the foot forward. All right, now if you like, you can bring your blocks underneath your hands, open the chest, look forward. From here, we're going to slowly come on up to a high lunge. So if you need to make any minor adjustments here to be more stable in your stance, please make your adjustments now. We're going to ground down into the legs, squeeze the inner thighs, engage the belly. Option 1, use your hands to help walk you up. Option 2, arms forward, keep those legs working, squeeze the inner thighs and come on up. All right, option to keep the arms up, or you might bring your hands to your heart or hands onto your hips. If you're not feeling quite stable here, widen your stance or maybe shorten your stance, or both. Option to stay right here. If you have your arms up overhead, we're going to come back to the cactus arms again. So we're going to, as you reach the arms up, you're going to lengthen slightly into the front leg. And as you exhale, you're going to sink down and squeeze the shoulder blades. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hold here. From here, we're going to bring the hands back down. Remove the blocks, hand to the ground. And then you're going to step the front foot straight back into a three-legged dog. Now, option to keep the leg up high, or you can always bring the foot back down. And we're going to take a vinyasa, or you can always stay in your dog or even a child's pose. So if you're keeping the leg up, you're going to shift forward, chaturanga down. Both feet to the ground as you come to your upward facing dog, or your favorite back bend. Then come on back, downward facing dog. All right. From here, we're going to lower down onto hands and knees and send the hips back, coming to a child's pose. One breath here. And then you're going to start to walk your hands over towards your right side and sink into the left hip, coming to a side body bend. And then walk the hands back to center and across to the other side, sinking into the right hip, opening up the right side of the body. And then bring your hands back to center. Reach the arms forward. Come on up onto hands and knees. We're going to walk the hands a little bit further forward. You're going to keep your hips somewhat stacked on top of the knees as you begin to melt the heart down, coming to puppy dog pose. Now come down as far as it feels good. Some of you might get your chest and chin all the way down to the ground, but that's not the goal. Find a position that works for you. Press into the hands to come on back up. Walk the hands a bit closer towards you. Shift forward so you're coming back to low plank position. From here, bring one forearm down and then the other. You can interlace the fingers. And from here, we're going to step your right foot back and the left foot back, coming to a forearm plank. Right, from here, sending the hips back and up. You can start to walk the feet a little bit closer towards you. Coming to dolphin pose. Feel free to bend into the knees. Deep breaths here. Option to stay here, or you might reach the right leg up. Pressing the top heel up and the bottom heel down. And release. All right. From here, walk the feet back again and bring your shoulders on top of the elbows, coming to forearm plank. Bring one hand down, then the other, coming to plank pose and downward facing dog. Look to your hands, walk or hop the feet up, forward bend. Come inhale halfway up and exhale down. Then the knees look forward, sweep the arms forward and come all the way up to stand. Hands to heart. Take a breath here. When you're ready, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold, forward bend. Come halfway up as you lengthen the spine. And exhale down. Plant your hands to the ground, step the left foot back, then the right foot to plank. Option to low onto the knees. And come to downward facing dog for a couple of breaths here. Feel free to make any adjustments, any movement that might feel right. And you can always take a child's pose anytime you like. Deep breaths here. All right, so for the next sequence, again, you can stay in your dog pose, or you might lower down onto tabletop and continue from here, okay? When you're ready, we're going to reach the left leg up to the sky. And draw the knee to the opposite elbow as you shift forward to plank. And re-extend. Again, knee to opposite elbow. And back. One more. And back. Knee to the same side, elbow or tricep. And back, three-legged dog. Again, coming forward, tap, and back. Again, coming forward, same side arm, and back. This time, knee to chest. Squeeze everything up, and step the foot forward the best way you can. Open the chest. Look forward. Feel free to grab your blocks here. Breathe. Again, make any adjustments to prepare for high lunge. Ground the legs down. Squeeze inner thighs. Pull the belly in. Either walking up your front leg to come up or reaching the arms forward. Squeeze into the legs. Come on up. Again, arms might be up high, maybe in front of your heart or on your hips. Make any further refinement of your stance here so that you're stable where you are. And if you have your arms up, we're going to come into cactus arms again. We're going to reach the arms up, lengthen the front leg. Exhale, squeeze. Again, inhale and exhale. One more, breathe in and out. Bring your hands down. Remove your blocks. And from here, we're going to step the front foot straight back to your three-legged dog. Again, option to stay with the leg up, or you can bring the foot back down to take a normal vinyasa, or you can stay in your downward dog or child's pose. When you're ready, shifting forward, chaturanga down. Both feet down as you come to your back bend. Come on back to downward facing dog. We're going to lower the knees down to the ground. Send the hips back. Child's pose. One breath here. And I'm going to walk the hands over to the left. Send weight into the right hip. Nice side body bend. Come on back to center. Hands across to the other side. Sending away into the left hip. Breathe. Walk the hands back to center, child's pose. And from here, we're going to come on up onto hands and knees. We're going to walk the hands slightly further forward. Keeping the hips on top of the knees, we're going to melt our heart down towards the earth. Relaxing the head and neck. You might bring the chest and chin down and look forward. But again, finding a pose that works for you. Press into the hands to come on back up. Walk the hands slightly back. So that as you shift forward, you're in low plank position again. So shoulders over the wrists, knees slightly behind the hips. All right. Now from here, we're going to bring your forearms down, interlace the fingers. Step the left foot back, then the right foot coming to a forearm plank. Deep breaths here. Pulling in from the belly button, send the hips back and up. You can start to walk the feet closer towards the top of the mat. Feel free to keep the knees bent. We're going to keep sending the hips back and up, lengthening along the spine. Deep breaths, you know, option to stay right here. Or you might step or reach the left leg up to the sky. Flex the foot, press the top heel up as you ground the bottom heel down. Keep finding that length along the spine. Both legs are working, strong, pressing away. Notice your breath. And then gently lower that top leg down. Walk the feet back. Shoulders back over the elbows, back in your forearm plank. Bring your left hand down, right hand down, come back to plank pose. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Look to your hands, walk or hop the feet up, forward bend. Come halfway up, lengthen the spine. And exhale, lower back down. Then the knees look forward, sweep the arms forward. Press all the way up to stand. Hands to heart. Take a breath here. Okay. Now from here, we're going to reach the arms back behind. Very gently roll the shoulders back and down. Pull the belly in. We're going to sink into the knees so the knees are soft. We're going to open the chest and reach the arms away. Draw the heart forward and you might look slightly up. Deep breaths here. Now from here, we're going to keep the shape of the spine. Bend deeper into the knees. See if you can get the belly onto your legs and reach the arms up towards the sky. Or maybe even towards the back of the head. If it feels good, you might very slowly draw the arms over to one side and you might look to the other side. And then come on back to center. Arm to the other side. And as you look to the opposite direction to your arms. So you might do that just a couple of times. Coordinating with your breath. And whenever you're ready, slowly come on back to center. Bring your hands onto your low back and then release the arms down. You might grab hold of the opposite elbow so you can just hang out here and feel free to gently sway the body side to side. And come on back to center and release the hands down. You're going to bend into the knees so you can slowly find your way down onto your seat. And you're going to find your way all the way down onto your back. I'm sweating here. So you might roll on down or find any way down onto the back, whatever feels right. Okay, Once you're down, we're going to just bend the knees a little bit more deeply. Walk the feet out to the edges of the mat. You can bring your hands onto your belly or maybe out wide. And just gently sway the knees side to side. Okay, and then bring the knees back to center. We're going to walk the feet back to roughly hip distance apart. I'm going to draw the right knee in and relax the left leg out. Just gently squeezing the knee, maybe rocking side to side. And then you're going to draw the right knee towards the right the right armpit to open up that hip. Option to stay right here, or you might come to half happy baby pose. If so, you're going to flex into the right foot, bring the arm to the inside of the right knee, and then your hand is going to reach for the pinky toe side of the right foot. Once you have that foot, you're going to draw the sole of the foot directly or parallel to the ceiling, and keep drawing the knee towards the armpit, close to the right side of your rib cage. Deep breaths. And then gently release. Bring the knee back in. You're going to bring the left knee in and relax the right leg down. So the bottom leg can be bent if that feels better for you, but otherwise you're going to reach that leg out long. Again, hugging now the bent knee towards the chest. Maybe gently squeezing and rocking side to side. And then you can draw the knee and open it out towards the left side. Knee towards the armpit. Option to stay right here. Otherwise, coming to half happy baby, you're going to bring the left arm to the inside of the left leg. And then the hand is going to reach for the pinky toe side of the left foot. Flex into the left foot as you draw the sole of the foot to face the ceiling. The knee is roughly bent at 90 degrees and you're drawing the knee towards the left armpit, close to the left rib cage. Deep breaths here, level out the hips, breathe. You might gently press the foot into hand, head into foot. And release. Bring both knees in towards the chest, gently rock side to side. You can bring the feet down, feet out to the edges of the mat, and gently sway the knee side to side. Okay. Bring the feet back to roughly hip distance apart. Walk the feet a little bit closer towards your buttocks, hands down by your sides, palms facing down. Couple of gentle bridges here, so you're going to ground down into the feet. And as you press into the feet, you're going to gently lift the hips up. And gently lower back down. So again, ground into the feet, lift into the hips, draw the upper body up as you ground into the legs. The knees are pointing forward, so, or at least in the direction of your toes. And again, pressing up and lower. All right. From here, one last squeeze, squeeze the knees in. You might even give yourself a big hug here. Roll up into a little ball. And relax. Reaching the arms and legs out long. Finding your Shavasana. So giving yourself a moment here to settle in. Finding your most comfortable position, making any adjustments here. And then allow your body to settle and remain still. And with your eyes either open or closed, going to sense and feel your jaw. And don't go into thinking, but rather just sensing and feeling your jaw. Notice how your jaw, mouth, and other parts of your body soften and relax as you continue sensing and feeling your jaw. Notice how, as one layer of sensation is experienced, it dissolves and a next layer is revealed. Keep attention in your jaw. As you do this, feel the progressive relaxation response that deepens over time. Notice how this relaxation response then migrates to other parts of the body. Now sense your shoulders. Again, without thinking, just sensing and feeling your shoulders. Notice how your shoulders soften and relax as you stay with sensation without going into thinking. And just as before, as one layer of sensation dissolves, the next layer of sensation is revealed. Keep attention in your shoulders. And as you do, feel the progressive relaxation response that deepens over time. Feel free to continue engaging this practice with other parts of your body, your face, arms, torso, pelvis, legs, or with your entire body as a field of sensation. And don't try to relax or dissolve tension. Simply stay with sensation and experience how your body naturally lets go into an ever-deepening relaxation response. Whenever you're ready, slowly start to bring some movements back into your body, wriggling your fingers and your toes. And gently roll over to your favorite side. Slowly press yourself up and come to a comfortable seated position, and you might keep your eyes closed. Just give yourself a moment to notice what's arising in your body. And then take a deep breath in and let it go. Again, breathing in, let it go. And this time as you breathe in, reach the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, draw your thumbs to your forehead for positive thoughts. Thumbs to your lips for kind words. And thumbs to your heart for inner peace and happiness. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. Namaste. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you next week, same time. Have a great weekend.